What is up, guys? My name is Pocketcraft and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to get two of the coolest legendary Pokemon of all time, Lugia and Ho-oh. If you find this video helpful at all, please consider hitting that subscribe button. We're really pushing to 100k subscribers and we'd love to have you as part of the team. The first thing you need to do is have the All the Mons data pack and resource pack enabled. I'll have a link to this down in the description, so make sure to download it, and it needs to be in your data pack folder and in your resource pack folder, and you need to make sure that you click this button here to make sure that it is selected in your resource packs. I get a lot of comments of people asking why their legendary Pokemon are substitute dolls, and it's because they either don't have it in the data pack folder or it's not enabled in the resource pack folder. So that should fix all of those issues. Now, these legendaries can actually be a little bit more difficult than some of the other ones because they spawn in much more specific areas. Ho-oh is an ultra rare spawn only in Sunflower Plains biomes. As far as catching Ho-oh goes, I would recommend coming prepared with a lot of quick balls and timer balls. I've found the best strategy when hunting legendary Pokemon is to start the battle off and immediately throw a quick ball. Now, ideally, this quick ball will catch them on the first go, and that's the best case scenario. It has a pretty good chance. But if it doesn't, like it didn't here, I recommend having a Pokemon with you that can inflict some sort of status condition. Pokemon like Breloom or anything else that can put a Pokemon to sleep or paralyzed is ideal. And then use a Pokemon with False Swipe like Gallade to get the Pokemon down to low HP. And once you get to level 10, you want to throw a timer ball. A timer ball is more effective than Ultra Balls once you get up to turn number 10. Following this strategy, it should be pretty easy to catch a legendary Pokemon. Make sure to have a false swiper so you don't knock it out. And these guys are having a crazy face thing going on here. Or alternatively, if you have the resources for it, just stock up on Master Balls and you can catch one without any problem. Personally, I think Master Balls take far too long to obtain to be using them willy-nilly. But if you've got a lot of them, then go for it. Now, Lugia is a bit trickier to come by than Ho-oh. You're gonna have to be a little bit more prepared. I would recommend crafting several potions of water breathing because Lugia can only be found underwater. I would also recommend bringing potions of night vision because it can get pretty dark down there and you want to make sure you can see where Lugia is at. And I always recommend to use Zero's Cobblemon mini map because it's pretty hard to find any Pokemon without that. And I'll have a link to a tutorial on that mod in the description below. If you don't want to craft a bunch of potions of water breathing, you could alternatively use the Cobblemon Rider mod and ride your water Pokemon. When you're on one of them, it allows you to have infinite breathing underwater, and so that would prevent the need of water breathing potions. I would probably bring one just in case though. Now, the reason Lugia is hard to find is because it can only spawn in one place. That's within the area of an ocean monument below Y level 62. So you'll see if I check spawns here in the ultra rare bucket, because Lugia is an ultra rare spawn, there's a 100% chance in the ultra rare bucket of Lugia spawning. So this has some nice benefits, although you do have to find this pretty rare spot. Once you get here, there's a pretty good chance of finding Lugia because it's the only ultra rare Pokemon spawning. Now, obviously there's Pokemon in other buckets, like in the rare bucket, there's Corsola, and in the common bucket, there's all sorts of different Pokemon. So it's still gonna be hard to come by, but it will be much more common here. As far as catching Lugia, I recommend the same strategy with quick balls and timer balls, but make sure you have a potion of water breathing or a door or something here to make sure you can breathe while battling it, because you definitely don't want to drown while trying to catch Lugia and then miss out on it. Now, one really important tip that I highly recommend is making sure you use the Pokenav mod while you're hunting for any legendary Pokemon. The spawns in Cobblemon can be a little bit finicky. If you go in the wrong part of an ocean monument, maybe Lugia won't spawn. And so you really just want to make sure that you have the Pokenav mod. You can make sure that you're in a spot where this Pokemon is spawning, so you don't waste hours in a spot where they can't spawn in. If you follow these tips, you should be able to catch Lugia and Ho-oh without too much of a problem. However, riding them is far cooler than just catching them. So if you want to know how to do that, check out this video right here.